Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about two magnificent scents from Maison Alhambra and Ahmed Al Maghribi. But before I do, you know that I'm George, the nice merry gentleman, and it's time for your daily dose of some fragrance content. As I said, the two fragrances featured in today's video come from Maison Alhambra and Ahmed Al Maghribi. The one from Maison Alhambra is called Galactic Man Intense, and the one from Ahmed Al Maghribi is simply called Kaaf. Now, both of them feel like clones, but with a bit of a twist, or you can call them inspirations. And I'm going to start with the one from Ahmed Al Maghribi, which is called Kaaf. Now, this is an interesting fragrance that has been around for a while actually, and is a sort of a hidden gem. Some people in the community know about this fragrance and they have really high regard about this one, and I was really looking forward to testing Kaaf. I couldn't find a bottle for a reasonable price for a long time, and just recently I was able to snatch a partial bottle. This is not a brand new bottle from the Facebook marketplace, but it was so nicely priced, so good priced, that I just couldn't pass on that offer. So that's why I got a bottle of Kaaf for a very low price, but it's not a brand new bottle. And I'm going to show you very quickly the actual bottle design up close, and then I'm going to talk about the scent of this one first. As I said, this bottle is a partial one and it came without a box, but it was so low priced that I just couldn't pass the offer. The bottle has this slightly sort of a bluish tint to it. It's more on the light side compared to some other Middle Eastern bottles and fragrances. The cap is very plastic, but it's a snug fit. You get a nice secure click. The important things here are bottle size 100 milliliters and the concentration is EDP. Let me show you the sprayer of Kaaf in action. Something really nice about this fragrance and a lot of the scents from Ahmed Al Maghribi that I've tried lately is the fact that they have pressurized sprayers. And onto the scent of Kaaf, as I said, this thing feels like it's been heavily inspired by something, although it doesn't feel like a straight up clone, but this definitely smells a lot like Fierce from Abercrombie & Fitch. If you have smelled Fierce, you'll immediately recognize the scent profile. This also smells quite a bit similar to Percival from Parfums de Marly. It's not so close to Percival, but definitely can serve as an alternative for that fragrance as well. All around, this is a very nice, very sweet, slightly powdery, fresh, blue type of scent. It's very easy to wear. It opens up with quite a nice aromatic feeling note of lavender, a lot of fruity sweetness. There's supposedly a watermelon note in this fragrance that, to be honest, I can't say that I pick up that strongly, but there's definitely a bit of citruses involved in the opening of this one, and it also feels quite floral right after you spray it. Feels a hint green, also feels quite a bit musky right from the opening to the late dry down. I think that this has a very strong musky note. When this goes into its dry down, it becomes a little bit powdery. It still remains quite a bit sweet. There's probably some ambery sweetness used with this one. There's definitely lots of ambroxan like you'll find with any modern fragrance. And it has a very strong shower jelly vibe throughout its life, from the opening to the late dry down. All around, this is a very nice, very sweet, very fresh, very slightly floral, very powdery feeling, woody, musky fragrance that's very easy to wear. It's very inoffensive. It's great for warm weather, especially for summer days, but you can wear this one throughout the year if you're not afraid to wear blue scents in, let's say, winter as well. It's a very nicely done scent. To be honest, I was really pleasantly surprised by the quality and the scent of Kaaf from Ahmed Al Maghribi. When it comes to performance, Kaaf is actually a pretty strong fragrance. Now, it's not a beast mode like some people probably claim, but I still find it to be quite strong. I think it easily lasts about 8 hours on my skin without any problem. It also tends to project really nicely in the first about 2 hours. Projection can be quite strong, and especially if you overspray a little bit, this can be a room filler type of scent. And total longevity is also great, especially considering that this is more on the blue side, that this is more on the fresh side, it's more on the summery side when it comes to scent. So performance wise, this is a very, very good performing scent. Price wise, now here is an interesting thing, because Ahmed Al Maghribi as a brand is still relatively unknown to the Western markets, and you can probably run into totally different prices when you look up scents from this brand. Some places sell them for very cheap, other places sell them for very, very expensive money, and I personally have found this one on our markets to cost, a full bottle to cost around about 55-60 euros. At that price point I think it's quite a bit overpriced, but if you can get it for the right price, let's say something between 30 to 40 euros, or let's say 35 to 45 dollars, I think at that price point this is a real steal. But my opinion will be, my advice will be, try to find a good deal on Ahmed Al Maghribi fragrances. Don't overpay for them, because they're definitely don't worth it if you have to spend 60-70 euros on them, you know, 70-80 dollars. But at the right price, I think pretty much everything that I've tried from Ahmed Al Maghribi is actually a great deal. And now let's move on to the second fragrance featured in today's video, which is called Galactic Men Intense, and it comes from the brand of Maison Alhambra. I'm going to quickly go up and close, show you the packaging and the bottle design, and then I'm going to talk about the scent of this one. This is the box design of Galactic Men Intense from Maison Alhambra. As you can see, you get the name of the fragrance, the name of the brand, the logo of the brand, bottle size 100 milliliters, concentration EDP. You got this star painted on the front. On the back you got some additional information along with a sticker of authenticity. And then this is the actual bottle design. Now the bottle feels quite heavy. The cap is a snug fit, although doesn't feel super high quality. And the bottle has this sort of a slightly strange shape. Again, you got this star that is incorporated into the bottle design. And it's actually quite a heavy bottle and feels kind of alright in hand. Now let's talk about the scent and what this is cloning. Now if you are into fragrances, if you like to read news and stuff like that, you probably can already guess what this has been inspired by. Also the sort of bottle design, the packaging design, this star and everything else also probably gives away a bit of information about what this might be cloning. And if you are still wondering, well, this is a clone of Amen Pure Havane from Mugler. And it's actually a very decent clone of Pure Havane. Let me show you the sprayer in action first. It's a good sprayer. Sometimes can be a bit weak, but it does its job quite well. And the scent itself definitely smells a lot like Pure Havane, while at the same time doesn't feel exactly like a clone of Pure Havane. To my nose, this feels more like a mix between the original Amen and Amen Pure Havane. The opening is slightly more aromatic, slightly fresher than Pure Havane. That's where I think this leans a little bit to the side of the OG Amen when it comes to the opening. You get a bit of freshness, you get a bit of that aromaticness from the original fragrance, while at the same time you get a bit of the sweetness from Pure Havane. You get a bit of that tobacco note from Pure Havane, but definitely this feels a little bit fresher and a little bit more aromatic in the opening than Pure Havane. On the dry down, this is where it will get closer to Pure Havane. It will become a little bit darker. You will start to get a little bit more sweetness from a vanilla note, from some of that honey note that the original fragrance has. The tobacco note becomes a little bit more intense on the dry down. It becomes a little bit earthy and sort of slightly darker than the opening, but definitely still doesn't feel as dark and as sweet as Pure Havane. But it's actually a nice sort of take on the Pure Havane DNA, and definitely carries a lot of the scent DNA of the Amen line. And all around I've been quite impressed. The opening can be a little bit sharp and a little bit synthetic, but after a few seconds that goes away and it turns into a nice scent. Performance wise, this definitely is not super strong fragrance. It's been giving me about 7.5 hours of performance, which is I think good enough in my books. It's definitely above average when it comes to performance. Also projection wise, it will project nicely for about hour and a half. Now the first initial minutes after you spray this one, it can be quite loud and sharp, but that projection won't be sustained super strong for a very long time. Price wise, I personally paid around about 25 euros, which is a little bit more pricey than some other Maison Alhambra offerings, but it's one of their newer scents, so I can forgive that. Plus it's cloning one of my all-time most favorite fragrances out there. And versatility wise, this is definitely a masculine fragrance that's more suitable for the cold weather. And at the end, a few final words about Galactic Men Intense and Kaaf. Kaaf has been generating more and more hype, and for a very good reason. It's a very nice, very easy to wear fragrance that feels blue, that feels fruity, that feels kind of aquatic. It's very musky, it's very versatile, has a very good performance for the scent profile that it carries, and if you can find it for the right price, this can be a real steal in my opinion, and definitely this deserves more attention, and I think people will talk more and more about this one, and it's been quite impressive. I've been quite impressed by Kaaf from Ahmed Al Maghribi. Maghribi. When it comes to Galactic Men Intense, this is a very interesting take on the pure Havana scent profile. To my nose, this feels like a mix between the OG Amen and Amen Pure Havana. It's not as dark, it's not as sweet and as intense as you get with Pure Havana, but definitely you know, it's a good fragrance on its own. And actually, you know, when you think of it, there aren't that many Middle Eastern clones of Pure Havana, and I'll take what I can because I really like the original scent, and this one can serve as a very good alternative. Not a straight up clone, but still a good alternative, and this also has been a really strong like for me. So guys, in today's video I talked about two magnificent scents from Maison Alhambra called Galactic Men Intense and from Ahmed Al Maghribi called Kaaf. I hope that you found this video interesting to watch. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me tomorrow for your daily dose of some fragrance content. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.